I'm Sophie, and I'm a front-end engineer intern here at Genesis. I actually took more of a scenic route into my career software-wise. So I moved to Galway 9 years ago to pursue an apprenticeship hairdressing with Peter Mark, which some of you may have heard of. So worked there for a while, and my reason for choosing that career path was I always had an interest in hair. At the time when I was in school, I really didn't I didn't know what I wanted to do courses wise. There was nothing singing to me, so I was kind of like, okay, this is something I'm interested in. I can move out and gain independence. Happy days. Yeah. So I loved it, but I always had, like, after I qualified, I just kind of, you stagnate in a sense unless you go and open your own salon and stuff. So I'd an itch to do something else, looked at many different things, and nothing again was jumping at me. So that kind of was put in the back burner. And as time was going on, I was about 21 and I had really bad shoulder pain. So I kind of thought, okay, I really do need to change career here. And not long after that, 2020, COVID hit. So I found myself jobless overnight. And I had a lot of time. So I spent a lot of time, going on walks, the usual, reading books, doing puzzles. But that soon, novelty wore off. And I was like, okay, I may do something useful with this time. And I did take note that any of my friends in the tech and medtech industries were not out of work. And the only effect that they had was they had to work from home. So I was like, okay, interesting. And a friend of mine said to me, he was like, Soph, you know what? I think you'd enjoy writing code. And I looked at him and I was like, I laughed and I was like, there's no way that I would be able to write code. So he said, no, hear me out here. He was like, you're creative. You were always good at maths. And what was the other thing? Sorry, I'm actually losing my train of thought.
Doing puzzles.
And problem solving, yeah. So that was a huge thing. Like even in my hairdressing career, color corrections were my thing. Like the worst job you did on your hair at home, I loved it because I could, So that was grand anyway. I thought about what he'd said, and a couple of days later, I'd done some web development courses on Code Academy. And to my surprise, I really enjoyed them. So I thought, okay, maybe I do want a career in tech. And it was the first time since leaving school that something actually excited me career-wise. I was like, okay, great. So that was great. So I explored like different courses and stuff that were out there, and I decided to contact the mature student officer in NUIG. And I explained my story to her, and I told her, I want to get into tech, but I'm afraid that this is a COVID moment I'm having, and, maybe I don't actually want it. And also, I suppose there was a bit of lack of confidence returning to formal education after so many years. It had been a long time since I'd done any maths or anything. So she advised doing a part-time access course in science and engineering. And that was brilliant. I learned a lot there, and it was a great confidence boost. And I realized, okay, I'm well capable of doing this. I need to stop kicking myself down all the time. So I put computer science as my first choice in the CAO, and got accepted. So I was delighted. Now, I will say, it has been a tough few years, but the carrot at the end of the stick for me, I think, was because I done an apprenticeship. I really value learning by doing. So I was like, okay, only 3 semesters till third year, only 2 semesters till third year, counting down to placement, because I was like, I will learn so much on placement, immersing myself, just in the industry. And like that, applied for an internship with Genesis, and got offered a role as front-end engineer intern, which I was thrilled with, so happy with, because throughout college, I actually always tended to gravitate towards the front end and design side of things. And I think that, again, is just the creative side of me. And I think while hairdressing and software are a million miles apart, there are similarities in the sense, at the end of the day, you have a customer, and you have to have empathy for the customer. Communication, teamwork, all of that, problem solving. While you're solving totally different problems, at the end of the day, the thought process and the analytical thinking and stuff is all relevant. So that's my story, and yeah.